an interesting subject which I'm going to talk about. It's a subject which has been popularly spoken all wide, but yet it brings always a good news and a bad news. And the bad news is that it's a subject which is very difficult to follow intriguingly, whereas the good news is that no one follows it intriguingly. So that's a thing. And the project's delays are the most widely spoken subjects all around. Today we are in the AI world. AI needs launch pads. We all over here as stakeholders are here to create launch pads for AI. It may be cloud, it may be because of data resiliency, it may be because of data migration, it can be anything. But without launch pads, AIs can't go anywhere. And we have been looking out, we have a lot of examples around missing AI deadlines. We have the famous Apple example. Apple missed the Reno data center and now they have been lagging back in their AI race for ages. Many other AI models have caught up. And they have been one of the laggers. In the next decade, we have been gonna see a multi-fold growth of the AI economy and the digital economy. And it's just everyone who has been fueling it. We have this unprecedented growth as well as a topic where we say things are still not ready. When we look at the digital launch pads for AI, the data centers, the infrastructure which is needed, we always look at the end models. Are the megawatts available? But the megawatts is always the end results that we look at it. There are many more supply chains, many more dominoes which leads to these end megawatts. And the every quarter that we miss, probably we always compile delays in just timelines. We have never thought of compiling delays as an absolute numbers where it's the end result, it's the end economies, it's the end users, it's the development that suffers. That's something that we need to start computing now, because that's what we all have been working together. So definitely we in today's world, it's not something that probably 10-15 years ago we always used to say we lack the chips, we lack the processing power, we lack the GPUs. But today probably we have the GPUs, but we are lacking something else. And that's the topic that we need to kind of focus on. Power is one of the most debated topics all across the globe, and it's not just any economy that has been barred from it. I remember a very good example around one of a major hyperscalers. Early movers in 2020 planned a 100 megawatt campus, but the campus delayed for 2 years because of power unavailability, and now they are just struggling to populate a space because others caught up. And that's when we look at, there are many such examples all around. And when we look at power, it's not just the non-availability by the supply authorities. There are many more supply chains to it. We need to develop grids, we need to develop capacities, we need to have the infrastructure, the resiliencies, everything to be in place. And that's something that we all need to work on. So it's not just the authorities over here to be blamed at. We also need to look at the availability of the resources, the availability of the transmission infrastructure, availability of the execution manpower, land. That's the second thing altogether, because over past 4-5 years, lands which used to be there for IT parks and developments are now suddenly being changed for data centers. It's a drastic shift which has been seen in the economy. And with data centers, there is a separate set of challenges which comes into picture. It's not just the approvals, but it is also a change of land use. We also need to look at it from a scalability, buildability perspective. There are data centers which have been built for rapid deployment and then migrated into a permanent infrastructure. So there are different types and different examples. And today when we look at it, authorities as well as the municipal bodies are not geared up for such a huge dynamics in terms of land uses. And that's where things have to be agile. When it comes to approvals, so now we have seen many different cases of approvals. We have seen examples of a single window opportunity, we have a single door policies and everything. But still, approvals takes time. Even though we have simplified the process in a huge way. So it can be the dynamics of the industry, it can be the dynamics, the way authorities are shaping up, it can be the dynamics, the way people have been looking at approvals as a whole. That's something that we need to look at. And finally, people. People are still the biggest equity in all these equations. It's something where we are building artificial intelligence, but we still human intelligence to build it out. And while doing all these things, it's something, the manpower supply has always been a bottleneck in the entire supply chain. It may be the construction manpower, it may be the design manpower, it may be the commissioning manpower which is needed, or the project managers which are needed. And this kind of brings us back to the similar stage where the digital adaptation of BMS infrastructure began in the early 90s and the 2000s. Where there used to be a single commissioning engineer going around the region and just commissioning projects. And that used to delay projects by months and months. Even there were projects which were been half cooked and left as it is. So we kind of ended up in that infrastructure. We are ending up in a similar infrastructure right now. If we see the projects which have been commissioned in last couple of years, those have been pushed through, but still not up to the mark. Those are not agile. So that kind of brings us to a topic where we need to be having speed in execution. We need a speed in approvals. We need a speed in execution, and all together. Sustainability is another pushing topic altogether. We were all talking around fan wall systems, hot aisle containments, probably not more than 5-6 years ago. And now we have completely migrated towards liquid cooling and a mass liquid cooling infrastructure. So considering this, we need to be agile while developing it, because retrofits are always costly and it hits environment in a very big way. So agile is a playbook that we need to go with. We need to have speed, we need to have resiliency, we need to have agility, we need to have persistence and systems in order to make this AI revolution conquer. So that's the motto. Align, activate and accelerate. That's how we need to build systems altogether. Because there are definitely no silver medals for coming second. We have been seeing these examples, and there have been big tech giants failing just because of lagging in this AI race. So let's put our heads together. We have the best of the industry minds, best of the people together over here. Let's see how we can take this forward and ensure that we are not missing quarters again and again. Thank you very much.